The 5.7 Armor Penetrating Pistol. This pocket sniper was a free addition during Overkill's Spring Break event and is a very hard-hitting secondary pistol. For the stats of this weapon, it has a magazine of 15, total ammo of 30, rate of fire of 600, damage of 157.9, accuracy of 88, stability of 68, concealment of 29, threat of 0, and reload time of 2.3. Now it does have a threat of 0 because I do have a silencer on it, and I am also running the silencer skills, so I'm getting extra damage, accuracy, and stability. Those are affecting my stats quite a bit. Here are the base stats. They're very similar to the White Streak pistol as well as the Baby Deagle. Most similarly, the damage is exactly the same, but this does have a much higher rate of fire, so that's nice to have. Anyway, for the mods of this weapon, there are two unique mods, the tin-treated barrel as well as the extended magazine. And like most other pistols, you can have a barrel extension, a boost, a gadget, and a sight. The way I've modded this particular one is with the tin-treated barrel, Rotec silencer, concealment boost, and micro laser. So one thing that the stats don't tell you about this weapon is that this weapon shares the same characteristics as sniper rifles, that is, armor penetrating shots. That means bullets of the 5.7 can penetrate through body armor, through shields, and can get multi-kill collateral shots, but at quite the cost. So if it wasn't already clear, this pistol is basically a mirror of the Baby Deagle and the White Streak pistols. Most importantly, they've all got the exact same damage, starting out at a base of 120, so they'll all perform pretty similarly if you've used those weapons before. Through certain skills, you can increase that damage. Right now, for my build, I've got silencer damage skills, but I actually don't have a single point in fugitive pistol skills. For this build, and in fact a lot of the builds I use on One Down, they tend to focus more on survivability than trying to buff weapon proficiencies, so for that reason I don't invest into any pistol skills. Not only that, I feel like this weapon is one of those pistols that doesn't really benefit too much from pistol skills anyway. It does quite fine without them, the others being obviously the Baby Deagle and the White Streak, but also the revolvers. They don't really need the extra reload, they don't really need the damage because they've already got high damage on their own, stuff like that. So I'll leave a link to my build in the description if you're interested. It's my usual Inspire, Jokers / Hostage Taker, Silencers, and Crit build. Overall, for a weapon used on the highest difficulty, that is One Down difficulty, you can't really go wrong. It's a very strong secondary that works well in tandem with ammo plentiful primaries. It only takes a few shots to kill most regular units, usually 2 or so. And in a pinch, they're pretty handy to have for taking out tanky specials as well. With a relatively large magazine for a pistol, at 15 shots, you can shoot quite a few shots before needing to reload, meaning you can take out things like bulldozers very quickly. And unlike the Baby Deagle or the White Streak, this gun also has a much higher base rate of fire than the two, meaning you won't spend an eternity plinking at a dozer, and you can actually take them out very, very fast. Admittedly, this weapon does have a lot lower accuracy than its predecessors, but if you pick up things like Equilibrium from Fugitive or Stable Shot from Technician, you can still get the pistol to respectable accuracy stats, at least good enough to hit most snipers anyway. Nothing too bad to worry about, but worth mentioning anyway. For me right now I don't have Equilibrium, but I do have the Professional from Ghost, which is giving me the accuracy boost anyway. And like the other pistols, this one also has very good concealment. Right now mine is at 29, so there's nothing you have to really worry about. It's great for dodge and crit builds. And to top it all off, it's got armor penetrating shots just like snipers. So other than a smaller starting ammo pool, on paper this gun seems grossly overpowered. At least that's what I thought. But in reality, it's severely hampered by an invisible trait. And that trait is its ammo pickup. This weapon has horrendous ammo pickup. It's so bad that my grandma with a bad back can probably pick up more ammo off the ground than this gun. For like every 5 packets of ammo, you might get 1 shot back. And that's being generous. So this detestable ammo pickup paired with an already smaller pool of ammo seems to make this gun really not worth bringing along. I know a lot of people are already saying that it's not worth using at all, and, to a certain extent, I kind of have to agree. Now, at the time of making this video, this weapon has only been out for about a day, so, this may change in the future. They might change the characteristics, but for now, it is what it is, and I don't really think it will change too much, even if it does. Fact of the matter is, they added a gun with stats similar to those of the most desirable pistols out there, at least, in my opinion, namely the Baby Deagle, and they gave it sniper-like characteristics. So, of course, this is an effort to balance the gun, and if they made it too good, there would really be no reason to use any other pistol, since you have one that is more like a sniper than half of the other snipers. But as it is right now, I would say it's way too difficult to use. If I start a heist and use up all the ammo at the very start, it's actually not crazy to say that I'll never get enough ammo to get back to 30 rounds by the end of it. Like, it's already happened a few times when I've been playing normally. So, unless you can rely on ammo bags from either players or the map, be prepared to run out of ammo pretty consistently. Less like a pistol, I tried to use this weapon more like a utility, use it for very specific situations instead of just whenever I can when I had ammo. So in that sense, I kind of tried using this weapon like a Thanatos, where basically I only use it to shoot shields or snipers. And while that is a good way of preserving your ammo, you do need to heavily rely on your primary. And not only that, you also don't really get to use your pistol that much. Like, the main problem is, I'm trying to find situations where you'd want this pistol over other things, but it's kind of hard to justify. If you like penetrating shots, there are a myriad of primary snipers you can go with. If you want something accurate and hard-hitting for a secondary, there's the revolvers, they do more damage. And there's even the Baby Deagle and the White Streak, which will pretty much perform the exact same, except, you kind of have to get behind a shield to kill them. Not a big problem. If you wanted a secondary weapon purely to take out shields, you could do the same with an HE round shotgun like the Judge or one of the grenade launchers. They have some pretty decent concealment on their own, so they're not too much different. And they have a lot more utility in their AoE damage as well. As it currently stands, the Five-seveN just really doesn't stand out in any way. Its only unique feature doesn't quite warrant the type of ammo pickup it gets. I mean, I get it. It's already a secondary weapon that can take care of snipers and shields with ease. It only takes 2 shots to kill a shield on 1 down, shooting through the shield. That's pretty crazy. It's got great concealment that can be used in any dodge and crit setup, or just any setup in general. It doesn't have to be dodge and crit. And you can pretty much take it along with you in any stealth as well. In the end, that's actually where I think this weapon is best used. Those pseudo-stealth setups. I know, not a lot of people actually do those weird stealth loud setups, but I still enjoy the idea of it. And, personally, I've actually been doing a lot more of it myself, since ever since Crime Spree came out, you can't really afford to fail one of those heists. So what I'll do is I'll pack this gun and a nice concealment primary, go do a stealth mission, maybe like Big Bank or something, try to get as far as I can, and if I end up fucking up, I still have a very strong secondary with me. So for that situation, it's actually very useful. But then again, the thing I ask myself is, wouldn't the White Streak do the same, but better? Because in reality, I could very much live without the armor penetration. Sure, it is fun, but it's not like I absolutely need it. Killing shields without having to reposition myself is pretty nice, but it's not like they were hard to deal with before. All you have to do is get around them. And in fact, on higher difficulties, shields are the last of your problems. As for the other features of armor penetration, well, collaterals, they're not really something you rely on. It's nice if you get, but, you don't really find yourself lining up shots constantly. And I don't think anyone else really tries super hard to shoot through walls or objects all the time. So, it's definitely a fun gun, don't get me wrong, but it's a shame that it is what it is as of right now. It's pretty much like the Goliath in that sense. A very unique weapon in its own way, very cool looking weapon, but compared to other things that we already have, it's just not really something you pick up over those. I guess such is the life for these free weapons that we get.